Welcome to 2026 World Cup predictions, man versus machine. So basically, what's going to happen here is I am going to compare my predictions against my own Python program's predictions, and we're going to see who got the more accurate World Cup. Well, yeah. So technically, it's actually man versus machine versus game versus social media because I am going to be including FM26 and the YouTube community poll results predictions as well. So the system we have here is for the group stage, for every correct outcome you get 1 point. For every correct score line you get 2 points instead. Python and YouTube were only able to predict outcomes, so they can't get the 2 points for the correct score. Uh, but FM26 and me were able to actually get outcomes, so we'll see what happens. Here are the Group A predictions. We have me getting 5 points, Python getting four, YouTube getting three, and FM26 getting two. I managed to get the Mexico versus South Africa and Mexico versus South Korea scores correct, but these were the best predictions we made the whole time. Everything went downhill with you. In Group B, I got 5 points, Python got three, YouTube and FM26 got two, and yeah. Here's I'm not gonna narrate every single result, but here's you can read the basically what you can see what's happening on the screen. The basically what's happening here is the interface we have is that on the left we have the actual results, and for underneath the me and the FM26 columns are the score lines we predicted, and underneath the Python and YouTube columns are the outcomes they predicted because they could not predict score lines. So the country flag dictates what country that Python or YouTube thought would win. And then the number in brackets next to the score line or the flag are the number of points each thing got from that prediction. So yeah, in Group F, FM26 was actually the one to come out on top with 5 points, followed by me and YouTube with four and Python with two. And in everyone messed up Group G. We all got Egypt beating New Zealand, and everyone else got Belgium beating New Zealand, but for some reason I had them drawing. I don't know why. In Group H, FM26 got 5 points because it correctly predicted Spain to draw 0-0 against Cabo Verde and a 1-0 win for Spain against Uruguay. Everyone else got two because we all expected Uruguay to do way better than they actually. Uruguay sucked. In Group I, YouTube actually got every single outcome correct. I got every outcome correct except for the France and Norway getting a two, except for France winning against Norway. I thought they would draw that game, but I got 6 points anyway because I got the France Senegal scoreline correct. In Group J, YouTube once again got every outcome. Actually, no, I don't know. That might be a mistake on my end. Group K, uh, yeah, did not go well because Portugal were too bad at football in Group K. And in Group L, I got almost every outcome right except for Ghana's draw against Panama, and I got Croatia versus Panama 1-0 correct. Python got 5 points, YouTube and FM26 both got four. So going into after ending the group stage, I'm in first place with 47 points. YouTube community post polls are in second with 42. FM26 is in third with 37, and Python is in last with 36. But it's still anyone's game. Right, for the knockout stage, 1 point will be given if the outcome is correct. 1 point will be deducted for every team not supposed to be in that round, and one bonus point will be given for the exact correct scoreline and the exact correct matchup. Python was actually able to do scorelines for the knockouts, and when for some reason, whenever the FM26 game went to penalties, I did not save the results of that penalty shootout of the exact score line of that shootout, so only outcomes will be counted for that. Now here's the round of 32 predictions I made for the interface for round of 32 is that On the left side, you have the actual results. Then in the middle, you have what I predicted. And then on the right side, you have the number of points I obtained for each prediction. Now, Python had France lose to Tunisia on penalties. And yeah, as you can see here, there's a lot of deductions for having incorrect teams. Because when you mess up the group stage, the entire knockout stage gets messed up. So you get a lot of deductions from just having incorrect matchups. Now YouTube actually got France beating Sweden correct, so that's 2 points. But then you got a 2 point deduction for having Turkey beat Qatar in the round of 32, despite both teams getting grouped. They also had they correctly had Brazil beating Japan in the round of 32, so they got points for that too. And FM26 correctly had Spain beating Austria, but they got deductions for Ecuador beating Turkey, Scotland beating Japan, Croatia beating Uzbekistan. They did get Switzerland beating Algeria though, so that's cool. So exiting the round of 32, I'm in first with 51 points. YouTube are in second with 48. FM26 have 44, and Python have 38. Honestly, I think it's just between me and YouTube at this point. Now, for the round of 16, I lost 2 points because I had Japan beating Bosnia 3-1, and I had Austria beating Australia 2-0. But I did get England beating Mexico, so that's cool, I guess. But I ended the round of 16 with -2 points. Python got -6 points because they had Germany beating Tunisia 8-1, and like a bunch of other random deductions. YouTube got -1 points because they had England winning in the round of 16, but they had them winning against Spain for some reason. That is still a point, but that is going to fuck up everything else. Uh, yeah, they had Brazil beating Norway also, and France beating Germany. And FF26 had Netherlands beating the Ivory Coast 5-0, resulting in a 2 point deduction. Scotland going to the quarterfinals. Spain losing to Croatia on penalty. Everyone's prediction is so bad. Everyone's predictions are terrible. So I have 49 points, YouTube have 47, FM26 have 41, and Python have 32. Now for the quarterfinals, the actual results are on the left. I had France beating Japan 3-1, Spain beating Turkey 2-1, England beating Norway 2-1, which I actually got exactly correct, which I'm super proud of. So I got the full 3 points for that. And Portugal beating Austria 4-2, when the actual result was Argentina beating Switzerland 3-1, so that's a 2 point deduction. I still got positive 2 points though. Python had Japan beating Germany 6-1, Colombia beating Iran 3-1, England beating the Netherlands 6-1, and Portugal beating Belgium 4-2. So everything is just totally off the rails there. YouTube had France beating the Netherlands, England beating Belgium, Brazil beating Croatia, and Argentina beating Portugal, which we should have gotten, but Portugal was stupid in the group stage. And FM26 had France beating Scotland 3-1, Mexico beating Croatia on penalties, Netherlands beating Colombia 2-0, and Argentina beating Portugal 3-0 with a -4 deduction. So going into the semifinals, I am on 51 points, YouTube are on 46, FM26 are on 37, and Python are on 27. So for the semifinals, the actual results were Spain beating France 2-0 and Argentina beating England 2-1. I had France beating Spain 2-1 and Portugal beating England on penalties, so I ended the round with a net 0. Python had Japan beating Colombia 5-3 and Portugal beating England 6-4. You know what? I actually think the Japan versus Colombia 5-3 deserves like an additional -10 points on top of that, so that's gonna be a -13 points to Python. YouTube had France beating England and Brazil beating Argentina, so a score of -1 for the semifinals for them. And FM26 had Mexico beating France and Argentina beating the Netherlands. Now they did have Argentina correctly winning 2-1, so that is a positive point for them. So FM26 does actually end up on a net 0 for this. So I'm on 51 points, YouTube are on 45, FM26 are on 37, and Python are on 14. Now, I also didn't save the result of the third place playoff for FM26, so they're not participating for the third place playoff predictions. Now, the actual result of the third place playoff was 6-4 to England. I had 1-0 Spain, so that's -1 for me. Python had England beating Colombia 5-4 on penalties after a 5-5 draw, which is, well, 1 point for England winning the third place playoff, but -1 point for having Colombia in there. And YouTube had England beating Argentina, so they did have England, correct, but not Argentina, so that's 0 points. So going into the final round, it is me with leading with 50 points, YouTube on 45, Python on 14, and FM26 on 37. Now the actual result for the final was 1-0 to Spain. I had 3-2 to Portugal, so that's a 2 point deduction because I also had France in the final. Python had Portugal beating Japan 7-4, which honestly that should be another -10. That's so bad. YouTube had France beating Brazil, which is a 2 point deduction because neither team made it to the final. And FM26 only got a 1 point deduction because they did have Argentina getting to the final, but not Mexico. So yeah. Now the final leaderboard, I win with 48 points. YouTube in second with 43. Football Manager 26 in third place with 36 points, and Python with 2 points. Which even if you remove the 20 extra deducted points I gave them for dog shit predictions, they would still be in last with 22. So yeah, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.